in the order again.
So they're going to ignore the motion.
Next thing we got is bank balance, Dr. Clerk.
Water is $12,015.96.
Repeat that one time.
$12,015.96. General's $29,863.85. Splost is $22,741.85. And money market is $10,552.91.
Say 91 cents.
What about the CD?
It's the same, Todd.
Okay.
Here, I
Okay,
got it right.
It's over
54,000. This is for the CD that, you know, they put the interest in at the end of every year. It's $54,324.80.
Next, audit report.
As far as I told Ms. Lee, we on Streets Together Forest Streets. We have traded in the old backhoe and purchased a new backhoe. It seems to be working just fine. Went and picked it up. Other than that, the park is being used a lot, which is good. Oh, wrong one, my bad. Media report's all over there. Everything was in order. There was one or two questions. Those questions were answered. Just didn't understand certain people's names, like the guy Tucker, Jeff Tucker does the water. It throws me every time I see the check because I don't know him. He's the one we paid to do the water. So other than that, everything was in order.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
When y'all do the audit reports, do y'all look at the bank statements?
I do. I sit down with the check stubs, the bank statements, the receipts, the bills. I match everything.
Okay, is there any more questions?
Yeah, I have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the bank statements, do you look at the checks that are written, you know, the copies of the checks?
You look at the check number and who it's wrote to, or if you can see most of them printed very small, that's still a little check, and you try to make sure it matches to the amount of the receipt in the company, yes.
The reason I ask is a citizen brought a copy of bank statements to me from December, showing where a post-dated check had been written in cash to the mayor. The check in the memo line said that it was for the pay period in January. It was dated January 1st, but it was cashed on the 22nd of December.
That was already handled by Ms. Lynn. Ms. Lynn discovered that, and that situation's already been handled.
Yes.
Okay, so when you come and you say everything's okay,
If there was anything out of place, I would notify the council. And if it was serious, I would one-on-one call y'all. Like I've done with any other thing that we've had, or something we need to purchase, I'd find a way to contact you, like I always have. Everything's okay, that means there was nothing out of place, there was nothing unusual, unordinary, or different. And to clarify to the audience, I've been running a business of some kind since I was 18 years old, so knowing how to look at receipts, bank statements, and checks, I do fully understand.
thank you.
You're welcome. Committee report.
We traded in the old backhoe and purchased a new one. Also, the new backhoe, we ended up getting 2 buckets, a regular size bucket, and then what they call a trench bucket, which is a little bit narrower bucket made to dig up for pipes and other such things, so you don't make such a hole. And especially if you have a busted water line, that one really, really comes in handy. So you don't have such a mess in water and everything. As I said on the parks, as I noticed when I drove up, there's tons of children out here. Pretty much almost every evening I've come home, if it's not been too gnat infested, we've had a lot of kids in the park. The parks are looking nice. Streets are looking great. Some other things on the committee reports, we'll probably cover on the chipper. We had several meetings with EPD, which we have not really made any violations. They will send us a letter. He can tell, like on one burn pile, where he can tell we had burned wood trimmings, but somebody tried to dump a carpet on there. The investigator could tell somebody dumped a carpet. The other thing, we were told to burn on the right-of-way, but without knowing by one, the other one said you can't burn within 1,000 feet. But if you pile things up into a pile, it then becomes solid waste. But what we can do, and this is from all 3 people at EPD, Ms. Angel, Ms. Bonnie, and Mr. Jean, is that's why the chipper's on here. We can take it to a central location. It can be hauled to a central location and it can be chipped. You have to turn over the, mulch, at least 60% of it in a 90-day period has to be turned over. So we got a 2-for-1 there as far as if we mulch it. We also can put a donation box up. I believe we should fence it in to keep anybody from tainting the area and trying to make false accusations. And they can make a donation to the fire department as a fundraiser to collect the mulch and let them get mulch. Because there's plenty of people who do yard work around here who would do that.
When you say turnover, do you mean get rid of it, or do you mean literally turn it over?
No, you need to get rid of it. It has to be disposed of.
Okay.
That's the
When you
term.
said turnover, I thought.
Right, and I was using Mr.
And I
Jim's, I was using Mr. Jim's terminology. That's the terminology he used, because the only other option you would have would be to bury it. And that's a waste of man hours. Yeah, we'll leave it sitting there. And that's just a waste of man hours and time, and we can make something productive out of it. But especially this time of year, everybody's mulching. You know, they're trying to do their flower beds and gardens and everything. But I will get more to that in chipper, I reckon.
The water report, everything, Davina's had, I think, one, she said you turned off, and you came in and paid, got that current, so the water's looking good. And as far as,
I know that's kind of just my.
Just one.
you got anything? That's why we looked back up to see what.
I forgot to look. You're on a committee, I promise.
First gotta be done.
Yeah, I have to, I believe, was it the water you put them on with Lynn, and then it was, I think it was,
Water and safety.
I think so, I believe that's correct.
Okay, well, I do have a question then.
Okay.
These, this is a question that's come up several times and been repaired. These holes down Henderson Road, right here on Main. Is there anything we can do to repair them again? Is it like it's sinking again?
Where at?
Right here on the corner of Johnson and Main.
We added dirt and rock there, but the state highway don't like us touching them, period. But now I call DOT, and they'll have to come fix it because, what was it, back in November? When Bob had that hole, that was the belt that might be at the corner of his parking lot. I mean, there was literally a hole, you can look down, and I called the DOT and they come and fix it, but I can call them in the morning.
Right, because it's sinking again.
But they don't like for us to touch the state highway.
Yeah,
Get in touch with the DOT again and see what they'll come in.
Any more report on the committee?
The fire department doesn't have any incident reports.
Okay, we're doing that whole business.
You missed barn.
I mean, the barn.
The barn, okay. Correction there on the agenda, it means barn.
The barn.
We haven't got a complete list up on materials yet, but I called a friend of mine who's in construction. I want him to look right there at the garage in front where that brick wall is broken before we can do anything, because I don't know if anybody's out there at the camps who have that construction knowledge of the foundation wall.
Right.
So I'm trying to wait for a friend of mine who's in construction to come check it out, and do it as a favor to me as soon as he can get a few minutes, and make sure, because that brick is knocked off.